Right. Let's see here. I don't remember which computer I was on last time. Got git pull. Still don't really know what the difference between git pull and git fetch is. Right. Load. Reload. Let's see how this works. Yeah. Cool. Like last time. So now what I would like to do is auto-generate like the position of the trees. This is a tree, by the way, placeholder tree. So auto-generate the position of these. Then so that they are like spreading through the landscape as well. Debug. Wonder if I can set. I mean, this is so much faster on Mac, but I wonder if I can set the size of the screen. It's so small, the default size. Hey, what's up? What's up, Blue? Set debug window size in Godot. Yeah, quite obvious. Project settings. Cool, we can set our own icon, description, name, run, boot splash. That's cool. Show image. Image. Is this where we're showing the Godot image? What's up, Jet? Here we go. Viewport. Well, impossible that this is 1000 width. Initial screen. Borderless sounds good. Transparent. What does extend to title mean? Frame is left intact. Mac OS. Okay. Hey, Speed, what's up? It's been good, it's been good. I was off yesterday. I couldn't make it. But today, hoping to make some good progress on the project. Yeah, that's where the Godot logo is shown by default. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, look, now we have it borderless. That's cool. Still extremely small though. How have you been, Speed? Okay, let's just make this like 1000. Okay. Okay, it is the size. Oh my god, then the width of my screen is a lot bigger than I thought. What's a good one? Like 2000, 1000, initial position. Let's do like minus 200. Good. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Everyone needs a day or two. Sometimes. So what game am I making? I'm making a... I don't know if you're familiar with Valheim, or probably Minecraft. So something inspired by that. Like some open world sandbox game where you can explore, collect objects, like gathering, and then do some crafting, building houses or whatever. That's kind of the idea right now. Okay, this looks better. So I think it's actually 200 and plus 200 I need here. And then I want to bring back the border. No, I still don't see the logs. Did that even make a difference? Okay, let's do something. Let's put some extreme number here, like 600. I want it to be up a bit. No. Okay, that might not work on Mac then. Okay. Whatever. Let's do 800 here instead then. Macs have like 9,000 pixel displays. Yeah, maybe. I mean, this is just a laptop, like a Mac Mini, or what is it called? MacBook Air. Okay, this is it's better. right? That explains also why the buttons are so extremely small on this computer screen. Hmm. Don't save. So let's add the fun thing first. Let's add the, let's make the spawn tree function actually spawn some trees based on noise. Actually not a big fan of comments, but I think it's starting to be necessary here. Loop through initial set of initial map size. All right, this is a cube with 3 vectors, or this is a triangle with 3 vectors. No, not even. Create triangles for square. What does it even return? Is it triangles or is it vectors? Oops. It returns... Oops. What happened? Oh my god. Scary. So this actually returns vectors. Is it even a square, technically? It's actually a rectangle. Or no, it's a square. It's a square. Probably call. Let's do some refactoring while we're at it. Vector, vector, vector. Probably should call these all vector as well. B3, it's not a good variable name. All right. Has cube been generated? I guess this should become has square been generated now. Because we don't work with cubes anymore. Wait. Has cube been generated? No. Has square been generated? There we go. Cool. Let's go super functional programming here so we can do we need the noise in more than one place, so we should probably create it up here. Bar noise for square equals noise dot get. Can just copy paste this. And here we can do noise for square. Do you have the full game planned out, or is it more coming up with ideas? Yeah, I don't have it fully planned out. So I do have a Obsidian note here. This is, I mean, I have some rough idea in my mind, but I definitely don't have it all planned out. I'm thinking like it will come as I build, kind of. So it's a exploring experience. Hey CV, what's up? I'm not sure if you're sarcastic or not in saying that my coding skills are awesome. Your semantic is way off. If your function generating x from position, the argument shouldn't imply it's a player's position. Should be agnostic of that, isn't it? Yeah, I totally agree. That's something that could be refactored. Thanks, CV. Thank you. And good luck. Which from position and then player position. Yeah, I totally agree on that. Either it should be generate new cubes from player position and then it takes a player position, or from position, but it's just from position. Like it should be agnostic in this case. All right, so now let's add the functional piece. So if I want there to be a something here that decides if there should be a tree on this square or not. I'm wondering if I should use the same noise or if there should be a different noise here. Or like, how do I use the noise? So far, I've used it for Y position, but if like it's only for Y position, then it's going to be a very obvious pattern. Maybe there should be some weird mathematical expression here. If noise yields tree, noise for square, spawn tree at X and Z. And then we can separate out this decision code here. Noise yields tree, noise. Right. And now it's blank. What if we do can we do modulus here? Like if noise modulus 0.01 equals 0, return true. Else return false. Or maybe, yeah, we can just do, of course, this is very redundant code. We can just do return like that. Let's see what this gives us. Oh, XYZ. Vector Y average. Yeah, it cannot handle float. Okay. Okay, what if we do noise divided by 0.1 and we cast it to an int? Is it like integer? No. int. I'm just trying to create some randomness here. Oh, look at that. Quite a lot of trees though. So we might want a bigger number here. 17. Still some very strong patterns here. 23. It's not great. I wonder how I can combine them. Like if I want to have multiple noise maps, for example. Layers of noise, procedural generation. Combining noise. Yeah, look, there's some random trees. More interesting terrain for a few weeks. After playing around with it for some time, how you pick, yeah, how I pick location for trees, exactly. Simple and good solutions to pick points. Blue noise, peaks of pearly noise. Yeah. What is blue noise? I'm using some other noise right now. Not that, okay. I'm using some other, like right now, I'm using the default noise here just to decide the Y values, the Y positions. I think it's 0 or maybe 1 type simplex smooth. So it's some simplex noise. Ridged multifractal noise together with the pearly noise to get different mountains. The mountains look quite small. I think this is super important thing to crack for this game. It's gonna be like the key to get the noise right. Ridged multifractal noise, pearly noise to get different mountains. They look quite small, but that's because it's a screenshot of a 60 chunk terrain and pretty far zoomed out. Okay, wow. 60 chunk. I don't know how big the chunks are, but it has like different zones. It looks cool. Biome coloring. Yes, this is where I want to go. Combining noise fields and running them through math functions is pretty much the entire art of noise-based terrain. Yeah. By playing around with these tools, you should develop a sense for what you can do with the noise and how to create a particular effect from it. The way to do this is to have one medium-scale noise field for the mountains, large-scale one for the areas. Multiply the two together. Put the mountain area noise field is near 0. There will be no mountains. It's going to bring out the mountains from the mountain noise field. Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. You generate a noise map, and for every location, you're checking number. If it is. Yeah, you could do that. Like if it is a certain number, if that's what you mean, it will be a tree. The problem is then that it will be super... There will be too strong of a pattern, I think. Because then like on every sim, it will all be on the same height, on the same vertical position. Because if you like noise is below point, above 0.1, and noise is below 0.2, I just don't understand your current algorithm at all. Okay, yeah, I can go through it. Oh yeah, look at that. Now there's a literal wall here that we can't really get through. So my current algorithm is there is, might be easier to just show it in the code. So we have a noise function, fast, or there's a class here, fast noise light, and then we're setting the noise type here to one of those settings that I showed earlier. And then in the code, we can see where we use this. So based on the X and Z position on the map, we're getting a noise value. And then we're using that to get a color. And we're also using it, create vectors for a square. Yeah, in here. So we're setting the vertical position based on the noise value. Here, yeah. So we just do noise, and then we're getting it for that X and Z position, and we're giving it a vertical, we're doing it times a vertical amplitude or amplifier to give it a more, so there's more difference. That's it. And yeah, it's super simple at the moment. But it's an interesting new problem. Like how to decide positions. I mean, this is actually a different problem this person is trying to solve. Like, how do I make the terrain go up and down in interesting ways? But I'm trying to solve, how do I position things randomly? Like trees is just one example, but in the future I also want there to be rocks. And a lot of things like animals, monsters. What about, no. Adding together different frequencies just creates more detail, doesn't change the spacing. You might want a different type of noise. Maybe put nodes down in random places. And have certain things spawn there. Also, you mean like you would randomize the nodes, like the positions of the node, and then when you put something, that is also then randomized into a certain object. It might work, but I think different objects will want to have different patterns in how they appear. Right, make function isTree at xc. Wait. Make function points up, down, left, right from xc. Oh, so if it's like a local maximum, you mean? Maybe. Let's see what that looks like. So we would need to do our own noise generation in here, but that's fine. Let's just do then xc. Local maximum minimums. Yeah. Interesting idea. So we'll do, let's call it local, or like this noise equals noise.get noise 2D. And then we'll just do all the combinations. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Up, down, left, right. I wonder how frequent this will be. So this noise xc up, it's gonna be x plus 1, doesn't matter which one we pick here, down, x minus 1, z plus 1, z minus 1. return this noise is bigger than. No, wait a minute. We can probably do return max if that is a thing in GDScript. This noise. It's not technically local max when we do it like this. It could also be equal to something, but that's actually problematic because that's not what we want. It's almost impossible. Yeah, true. True. Noise and it might actually be, you're right. Just gonna prettify this. I hope that's valid syntax. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah. Now there's two of them. And let's try adding our, no, let's make it a bit bigger. 50. Yeah, that's really cool. This actually looks kinda random. There's not too much of it. And maybe in the future, I think this is actually good for now. Like if there's different biomes, like if this is a forest biome, this is perfect because it's actually looks pretty reasonable. But then let's say there's different biomes and then there's like different chance of there's being a tree. Like if we're in a desert, there should be 0, but like if we're on some middle kind of some hybrid biome, maybe the trees should be more sparse. But this is cool. This is really cool. Nice. And let's try the opposite thing then. Like adding, no, let's pace ourselves here. I think this is good for now. What I want to do now, so thank you so much for that, Jet. That was a really good idea. What I want to do now is YouTube, open world. I want to make it expand again because it's not doing that right now. Wait, but that's gonna fail. No, it's not gonna fail. I was thinking it's gonna fail because we don't have, as the world is expanding, we don't have like the neighbors, so it cannot compare if it's a local maximum or not. But I think that's fine. Yeah, it's fine because we anyway just check it with the noise function. By the way, I want to make an interesting test. I want to see what this would look like if we go with Berlin noise instead. So 3. Set noise type 3. Very similar. Kind of feels better though. Yeah, this feels a bit better. Or is there even a difference? Who knows? But that doesn't really matter at the moment. This we can just switch whenever we want. Later, just combine different noise maps with different frequencies, etc. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be so interesting to create. Like, this is the most interesting part, I think. The noise maps and like creating this art with randomness. So let's make the world random. No. Expand as the player moves again. Let's make this purple. I like purple. It's important. No, it's the wrong purple. There we go. I'm guessing the tree model is a placeholder and the trees aren't just naked. Yes. I mean, let's see. The idea right now is that, yes, it's a placeholder. And then later on, let's see what they should look like. I want to nail the mechanics of the game first, I think. And then add on the narrative layer on top of it with like graphics and sounds and things like that. My thinking is that if it's fun with really bad graphics or like total lack of graphics, it's gonna be fun with graphics. It's like a good place to start, I think. Good example of that is Minecraft. Fun game, but not great graphics. Exactly, exactly. And I think people are probably different there. I think we who are discussing this now, we probably agree there that the mechanics are more important than the graphics, usually. But I'm sure that there are people as well who are very interested in the graphics and the story and other aspects. So I guess different people have different answers to that. But considering how popular Minecraft is, I think most people probably prefer mechanics over graphics. So what happens to add on the generation as we move? I think this should be all we need to do. Generate new cubes from position. This will keep looking through everything around us. And it's just gonna do it if no square has been generated. Do we have any logic still here? Generated cubes. Register cube. Yeah, it looks like it should. I'm just gonna get my charger. And you're right. I'm like assuming here that everyone understands that these are trees, but it's not very obvious by looking at them, to be honest. There we go. That should do it. Can you hear me now? Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So I was just saying that now it should be easier to work with VS Code because now the editor settings were changed. And I was a bit confused that there's some settings in for the editor and there's different settings for the project. But I'm guessing that project is like what's being packaged when you release the game, while editor is just the editor that you're using. Anyway, let's see now if this works. Yeah, look at that. New trees are being generated as we move. Nice. That's so cool. Nice. Awesome. So, wait a minute. I need to try something though. The array mesh terraforming on newly generated squares. So let's start with something really small like this. Host. And then as we move, can I? No, I cannot. What? Doesn't work at all now. That's a problem. Okay, if I just stand here. No. Oh, I think I know why. Or do I? Yeah, I think. I think it's because I'm not using the mesh data tool anymore. And so I cannot interface with the mesh like I used to. Here, there's some stuff going on. Surface. What are we calling up here though? Oh, we're just packaging it. Oh, I think there's layers. I think there are many meshes, probably. I think that's what's happening. Let's try. See what it looks like in remote. So in here, oh, these have already spawned. But yeah, there's one mesh instance and there's one tree. Host. It just keeps spawning these. It should not do that. My mind is just like jumping between things now. But something I want to add as well, pretty soon, I think it's going to be important, is an FPS counter. Just to get an idea of the performance. After we solve this. So instead of package mesh, can we like add to the existing mesh? Var service tool. Now I need to check the sound a little now and then just so it doesn't die. The surface tool, I'm not even using that anymore, so we can kill this. What's not a good idea in the long run? You need to detach landscape data from the mesh. But why? Okay, so you mean like having one data structure for the landscape data and then have that be modified, and then when that is modified, it's also shown in the mesh, but the mesh is not the store of the data. Is that what you mean? You might be right, but I don't know how else to... Yes. I don't know how else to do terraforming, for example. That's the reason I used this data structure, because like when you're ray tracing to see where you're looking, the only data I could see that I get from the array or from the mesh is the face ID. So the ID of the triangle from this mesh data tool. And then based on that, I can figure out where to manipulate. But maybe a combination of the two, I don't know. You need to find mesh, and from mesh go to data. Link the faces to data. Yeah. Might be a... It's a good idea for a refactoring project. I'll add it to my backlog. Detach landscape data from mesh. This project is just becoming more and more fun. It's really becoming interesting now. I think that's a good sign. Okay, but the problem at hand... We should only package a mesh. the first time. I think second time we need to like repackage it. Colors, normals. So we're getting a we should all do this only through the mesh data tool. And we can probably do something like here if, so what is it we create? No, but we already set those variables above, so that might always return true. But I'm thinking like erase. Get if mdt dot get face vertex, what is it called? Get vertex count, there's something like that. Can I go to the definition from here? No. Mesh data tool. No, I cannot. There, get, I guess, get vertex count. As good as any. Another interesting thing about this project is going to be like, whenever we come to the point of having to think about performance, like now just take whatever count function, but at some point I think there's going to have to be performance considerations, like which is faster. It's very high level at the moment, like just intuition based. Get vertex count is bigger than 0. I think this might even fail before. No, it's not gonna fail, by the way, because we assign it up in ready. We give it, we instantiate it up there. Else, repackage mesh. And this thing, for example, we're running this on every frame. I don't think that's going to be necessary. Maybe once per second or something will be enough to generate the new cubes. Print repackaging. What? So it didn't generate them at all. Of course. If it's equal to 0, then package. Otherwise, don't. Yeah. And now it should repackage. And that means this works still. Perfect. Be right back. Right. So this is slowly turning into spaghetti code, but that's fine. It's all fine. If I can just get it to work, I'm happy. Then we can refactor. So much more nice to work in VS Code than in the Godot editor. Sure. So when we repackage, let's see what APIs we can use. Can we add vertex? Commit? No. Wait. Okay, I think this actually has to be detached already. Seems like there is no way to add vertices. I think we just need to repackage. We need to keep track of the terrain in an array. Anyway. So there's so many global variables here now. Block size. These should be constants, by the way. Are we even using this now? No, because we're not using blocks anymore. But oh, block size is not even used anymore. Okay, let's remove them. What about generated blocks? No, okay. Let's clear that. What are these? Max output, min output. They're not used either. And this is for debugging previously. That can be removed. Spawn queue, spawn path. This can also be removed. Generated cubes. This though cannot be removed. This is used, tree is used. Oh, I thought I already refactored. That must be a code change that never came over from my PC. Tree equals preload. And then then 1 second, I just need to take a call. Be right back. Right. Why is it giving notifications like that? Try to fix it. iPhone. Is it counted as FaceTime? Messages. Yeah, I guess it's FaceTime. Let me crop this one. I'll use this cam instead for a while. Okay. 400. Oops. 400. 200. 100. No. I think that's probably good like that. Can put it here. Like that. Right, so where were we? Set up an array with all the vertices. Var terrain vertices. Is that how it's spelled? Vertices? I think so. Terrain vertices. There we go. So instead of pushing them back in something, okay, we need normals too. This is gonna be a crazy data structure. Which only a machine can read. Okay, let's call it terrain. Var terrain. Terrain. Should be an array. Terrain dot concatenate. No, what is it called? Dot GDescript add to array. Append. No, what about the dictionary? Terrain equals, and then we call it vertices, and this can be an empty array. Then we have colors, empty array, and then normals, empty array. Maybe I can make them into packed vector 3 arrays. Why not? Packed vector 3 array, packed color array. And now we can just push directly to that one. We don't need these. But we do terrain dot colors, terrain dot normals. Tja. Bara så du vet. Okej. Considering the difference, we need to repackage every time. So let's just do package. And we don't need to send anything to it. And this is not initial. This is why comments are not good. I will remove it. They just turn old really fast. And here we just take the terrain. Colors, terrain, normals. Just thought about another problem that we're gonna have eventually, which is right now the trees are gonna be no, they're not gonna be regenerated. Never mind. I was thinking since they're not part of the terrain, but that's not how we decide what should be regenerated. That is through the has square been generated register. Okay, let's. What's the key in VS Code to refactor something? Oh, Control Shift R. No refactorings available. Really? What? Rename, change all occurrences. Okay. Command F2. No. No. Oh, I think I need to do function. Or something. Yeah. Generated squares. Doing some small refactoring here and there. This we can delete. Array mesh. Yeah, we're just clearing it here. That's fine. Create from surface. Do we need to clear something else? Like the mesh data tool. We also need to delete the previous one. Clear. mdt.clear. Let's see what this does. Terrain not declared in the current scope. Oh, so there are issues. Where is that? 6055? Can we go to it? Oh. Oh, okay. Terrain dot vertices. Tree not declared. Right. I just got interrupted in the refactoring. That's why. All right. And it just transfers over here, right? Tree, spawn tree dot, yeah, good. So remote. No, it just keeps creating. Oops. Just keeps creating them. That's not the intent. So let's give it a name. So we're adding child a mesh instance. So if we do mesh instance dot with create from service, is there any other API we can do to just overwrite? I'll open it up here. Mesh data tool. Do we need to delete? Oh, commit. Compression flags in service. Commit to surface. Create from surface. What if we do that instead? Is there any ground? Yes. No. Keeps doing it. What's the difference? Commit to surface. Ah, adds a new surface to specified mesh. Okay. So why do we create new meshes? Where does... Oh, it's here. Add child. Is it? Is that the problem? If get node, let's give it a name. Mesh instance dot name equals terrain mesh. If get node terrain mesh. If not get node terrain mesh, add child, otherwise don't. And I think you're anyway gonna have to create tri-mesh collision. Might need to drop it as well. Oops, what happened there? What? Why did we only get one row? Where are we doing package mesh? We're actually not doing it all the way down. Okay, good. Tree, terrain mesh. This is better. Much better. And if we move, nothing happens. Ooh. Got a new tree though. But resource file. Wait, what's going on? Not found. Expected type. Yay, no. Yeah, it's a roller coaster of emotions. Dang it. So, why? What if we do create from surface again? Maybe this thing. I think this is not working as I think it's working. And that is the problem. This is pretty cool though. Random tree. Oh, look, no. I thought we would stick to it. I think the problem is that we're not adding them as children. So the new ones don't they don't come into the scene. If we do this, it's gonna work, I think. Yeah. But we're taking up too much memory then. So I need to delete the trees. That's what has to be done. If get node terrain mesh get node terrain mesh dot q3, and then we add child. What about now? Okay, looks promising. What about in here? No. Because they get different names for some reason. They're not called terrain mesh anymore. Mesh instance. Wait. It's because mesh instance is actually initiated somewhere else. It's initiated up here. And then we're dropping it. But no, then we create a new one. Terrain mesh. Why is it not working as I want it to work? I think we're very close though. Very close. Why are they not called? I think they're not called terrain mesh. Wait. What if I just update the array of the mesh? No, but we need the tri-mesh collision to be updated as well. Is it clear that messes it up? No. Okay, there is something called PID or something, like the reference ID, I think it is. What if we try to use that? Like a reference count it, or like just keep a reference. We already have that. Can we just do up here, since we're anyway trying to do it with mesh instance? Can we just do if mesh instance Q3? Then we don't need to, I guess naming it doesn't hurt though. Yeah, this looks good. No, now we have two. What? And two makes it impossible to do terraforming. That's weird. I mean, progress, but still they started multiplying after a while. How is that possible? It's so weird. One thing I want to check also is, what do they look like inside? Do they have like a million terrain mesh? It's annoying that it gets recreated all the time. Okay, I'll try just updating the mesh instance instead. So instead of doing mesh instance Q3, no, wait, what if we just if not mesh instance, no, wait. Add child, I think this is what causes the problem. If we can just do this once. I think I might have done this before, but let's see. Terrain mesh. If not, get no terrain mesh. Add child. Okay, what about this? No. So that doesn't seem to do it. Even though we're updating the mesh instance. Clear, create from surface. Can we do commit? What are the options here? So the terraforming is not working at all now. Right. Because we're not yeah, we need to change the data in the in the terrain data structure now. Hmm. Can we at least make that work? Get the rids of players at target. Commit to surface. Wait, what does commit to surface do? Array mesh. Adds a new surface. Maybe that's what can add. Maybe that can add vertices. And what is this doing? Clear surfaces. R mesh. Clear surfaces. Guess it's the same as creating a new one here. Now we're just committing our change here. Okay, kind of trying to solve two problems at once here, but what if you just commit to surface? Player. Share, hunter, player. Wait, is this even called anymore? No, it's not. Double vertex scale. Remove. This is what we have, and this is what works. Can remove that now. Clear surfaces. Commit to surface. Let's remove that. What is this debugger thing? Hey, what's up? Hey, Barth. That didn't work either. So I think I need to offload my brain a bit here and write down what the different threads are. You're continuing your dev journey, game dev journey through Unreal, as it takes C++ to build. Nice. How's that going? What were even the issues? So the issues were the player. Right. Fix the terraforming broken now. And then make the world expansion work without creating copies of mesh. Can remove this because it's redundant but less specific. Make the world expand as the player moves. Terraforming broken now. FPS counter. I guess this can go to the top of the backlog. Quite good. C++ also in the data structure, so no language picking issue. Nice. What do you mean by language picking issue? I can really see how having C++ is quite strong in game development. I've never tried it in game development. I have very little experience with C++ overall. It's mainly from like when I was a kid, and it was like the first programming language that I tried to learn. I have a book about it somewhere that I bought when I was like 14. And I read like one chapter in it about how data is stored in a computer, like how a string or like a character is actually a number and those kind of things. Yeah. Or it's stored like a number, rather. Oh, yeah. Several languages used in Godot, C#, C++, GDScript. You're right. Seems though the native language to use is it's actually GDScript. Yeah, it's true. It seems to be GDScript that is recommended and that most people use. I don't know how the integration is with C# or C++. I even read somewhere you can use Rust. So why is the terraforming broken? Right. Rust will be more complex though for development. Why do you think so? I've tried some Rust. It was not easy. I think that's the common experience from what I read and heard, that a lot of people that have done development in other languages, it's like a totally new way of, or like it introduces new concepts for most people, like the borrowing concept. Totally opposite to C++, yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why like it becomes complex, because we're not used to thinking in that way. But I guess it's we'll see how popular it becomes, if it stays niche or not. Right, I actually think make the world expansion work has to be done first, because that's going to set the interface by which we then can do the terraforming, like how the array and everything is updated. I think that's the way to go. Otherwise, we're going to have to fix this twice. So what kind of game are you building, Parth? And by the way, for the Twitch chat wondering, this is I'm having both YouTube chat and Twitch chat open at the same time. Story mode. IG. What does that mean? Okay. I guess. Okay. Story mode. Cool. Right, so unfortunately, I think this was a really good session. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pause it now because I'm having dinner. And then, I don't know, maybe I come back after, or some more streaming in the weekend. But it was really fun session today. Like, unfortunately, the shape of the project is worse now than it was, or no, it's actually better now, but I can't really showcase the trees that are popping at the moment. But generation bound distance, we can increase that a bit just to show it off. To end on a high note. You see here, like, there's just this expanse of a terrain and some trees. It's really, really cool. All right. Looking forward to the next session. See you next time. Bye-bye.